All right, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you guys are having a great day. So just want to do a quick little breakdown of KTOS. This is Kratos Defense and Security Solutions, and this was a stock that I was initially introduced to back in 2016 when I first started getting into stocks, and just one that I follow from time to time just to see, how it's doing as the years go on. And I've been watching it here for the past couple of weeks, just keeping my eyeball on it as we have had a big drop from the highs up here around $25 in late July. And now that we are down around the $20 price point and the 9-day moving average is starting to scoot back up, we are now holding above the 50-day moving average here on the weekly. So, it's a pretty good sign. It looks as if we could have the potential to start moving back up, maybe get up to the $22 price point, and then maybe retest that all-time high around $25, or at least for this year. And that would be a nice 20% gain. Now, it's not as easy as that. It's not just looking at this weekly chart and thinking, okay, it looks as if it is primed and ready to go. I'm going to get in, because if you look a little closer, let's say you thought that right here back in late October, and then you were met with this candle where we had a dip all the way down below $18, and that was when the earnings came out. This nice little stepping, these stepstones moving to the upside, you getting in right here, right before that break of 20, and then getting stopped out just to have it rebound back up the following week to the high 19. So just need to play it smart, but we're going to go ahead and break it down. So I'm going to go into the daily and show you what I see. So again, here with the moving averages, we are right here at $19.95, right about to break this $20 resistance. I'll go ahead and draw that line in. Boom, might be a little crooked, but it'll do the job. So you can see we hit it here. We have come close a few times back here in late October, and then once again about a week ago, and then as we closed out this week, we've gotten close to that $20 resistance, which it seems as if I missed it. Let me move it down just so we get it right. Okay, that looks a little bit better. But with these moving averages, we have the 50, which is now curling to the upside just ever so slightly. The 9-day, which is kind of hard to see in here, but the 9-day is pointing to the upside. The 100-day is about flat, and the 200-day is about flat. And the important thing is we actually closed Friday here on the daily above that 200-day, which we hadn't really done for quite a period of time. So to see us close above that, right as we're nearing this resistance, I think was that was a pretty good sign, and it could show investors that this is about to pop over that $20 price point, which would take me, in my opinion, which would take us right up in here around the high 20. So let's call it 2080. Would be the price point. And that would be a nice little, roughly 4.25% gain, with the upper end being right around here, around 2170 to 22. That being about a 9 to 10% gain, and then you can get up there, which is whatever the 20% that I said. But it does look strong here on the daily. Again, with these moving averages, we put in a higher low than what we were seeing back here in early October. We put in a higher low, and you can see we almost, you can call this a little bit impulsive, but we have this nice bottom right in here in the high 17. So if we did start to see this dip down, we saw it break through this $19 price point and break through this 50-day moving average, that's where I would look to see us. Are we going to bounce off this high 17s, this price point, or potentially this upward trend line, which probably did not mention, but that is coming off of, what year was that I started that one? 2018, beginning of 2018. You can see we've tapped on it a couple times, and we tapped on it twice as of recent, and we threw in some nice wicks here on the chart. So if we did move back to that area, that might be a nice little price point to buy in at if the buyers are not exhausted and not over it after holding the price up back here. So we are right at the point of a resistance right here around $20. And ideally, where I'd like to see us move before I get in is right around here, around, just a shade below $19.50. That is where I'd like to be a buyer, is right in here. And if we start to dip below, or let's say the momentum carries us quickly through that level, I would hold off on my order and see if we can stable out before moving higher. Or if we continue moving to the downside, maybe I don't want my order filled at all. But the only reason I say that, if you look here, it looks like a channel for the most part, with us being at the upper end of the channel. But again, these factors that I think are going to help push these, the moving averages, I think are going to help push it. The fact that we had a higher low, we are now pushing on that $20 price point. We closed above the 200 on the daily. The weekly is showing good signs, but I do not want to count out the fact that we could see a nice little dip for potential, these people who are still worried that we're not going to break through 20, and, that's totally fine. We really might not break through 20. Definitely a possibility, and they sell out just a little bit before that $20 price point, or right as we poke above it, they sell out. Leads us to a nice little dip, say down about 2%, 2.5%. Buy in at that point and see if we can take some momentum up through 20 and up towards these upper 20s. So upper 20s meaning $20.75, leaving us with about a 6% gain. We can take some off the table there, potentially hold on, and see if we can make it up to the upper 21s. That would leave us about a 10% gain. So overall, I think the chart is looking nice. It looks as if we can make some money. We just have to make sure that we play it right and that we do not get caught if this fails the $20 price point and sends us down below these moving averages, which have now battled quite a bit over the past few months. So that is just my look here at KTOS. Hopefully it was helpful, even if you're not planning on trading KTOS, just looking at the chart itself and kind of getting an idea of the psychology behind the buyers and sellers and specific price points, say supports and resistance levels, and just kind of get a feel for how they work. So I'll be keeping my eye on this as we roll into this week of trading and see if I can put on a trade if the opportunity shows itself and make a little bit of money. So I hope you guys have a great trading week and that you trade smart and wise and have a plan for every trade that you take on. So thank you for watching.